Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to the Calmsden Chronicles and of course Calmsden Farm. I do hope you're all doing very well and having a wonderful day. So we are literally moments away from when the last episode took place. What I did realise that I didn't need to do was pull this thing up next to the workshop to give it a wash because we've still got the oat field to harvest. So giving this thing a clean is a complete waste of time and water. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to roll this down to the oat field and get it ready for getting that harvest done in a wee while's time, because first and foremost the one job that I do want to get done is we want to get the straw picked up out of the what was the canola field just to our left there, because it's going to be a big one, that it really is. Now I'm very grateful to everyone for giving episode 1 of this series such a warm reception. I'm really glad that you all enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to episodes going on to the future, and as I am as well, because I'm really keen to get started with this. I really am. So we're just going to pull this up here for now. This little bit of space here in front of the cow shed will act as a nice little area for hitching up the header there. But yeah, like I say, I'm really grateful for you all for giving episode 1 such a warm reception. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. A couple of changes that I have made to the map, very, very minor ones. Well, kind of very minor anyway. One thing I didn't appreciate was there wasn't actually an area or a place on the map to sell milk. So what I have actually done in between episodes, over at the biogas plant area, which we do own because that you can purchase that for 0 money, and own the biogas plant and the area that it sits on. So what I've done is I've placed a very small dairy over there, and just for the purposes of being able to sell our milk, because that's what I'd missed that point clearly on the map. So we've got a dairy that we can take our milk to, and that will produce milk, bottled milk, and then we'll be able to sell that. So we've now got the capacity to do what we needed to do with the milk. That was the important thing, and it was just a very, I suppose, a minor thing that I hadn't appreciated wasn't there. So I've done that, but what I have actually done, I've got completely lost, like I do in the construction menu, and my inability to reverse and talk at the same time is woeful, isn't it, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen? But yeah, we don't need this trailer for now. We're just going to, we will need it in a wee while's time, but you've got to keep everywhere tidy, haven't you? So I'm just going to pop this neatly away in here for now. I do love the sound effects, the rattling of the trailers and stuff that FarmSim 25 has. It's absolutely brilliant. It really is. And we're going to give this fence a break as well. We're going to use the JCB fast track for running the baler. It does say that I think it's about 10 horsepower shy of what the baler needs. The baler requires 240, 245, I think, and the JCB here has 235, but I think it'll work. I think it's going to work. It should be fine. We'll give it a go anyway. So obviously the task at hand is to get all the bales picked up, get all the straw baled up, picked up using our bale loader trailer, using universal auto loader, obviously, because that task is going to take a long time. There we go. Let's get that thing hitched up and let's see. We've got the 4-wheel steer activated on the JCB, so I'm hoping I should be able to get us out of here without bashing into anything, without catching it on the wall. Yeah, look at that. Perfect stuff. That's what we like. Yeah, you can definitely feel the weight of this baler behind this, I'll tell you that for now. Goodness me. But I've been keen to get running this JCB. Oh goodness me, it really is struggling, this one, isn't it? We're only doing 13, 14, 15 mile an hour. And it's not even on. Let's drop that down just on the road here while we're at it and just see. I've unfolded it now. Let's just turn that on. No, we're alright. We're alright, I think. There we go. Yeah, just had to check that. Last thing I want to do is get jumping out into the field, get working to find the tractor won't move anywhere. But yeah, it seems to be doing just fine. So onwards from the last episode, when I asked all of you to have a bit of a guess at the number of bales that we'd get out of this field. We've had a few guesses, and the numbers range quite largely, to be fair. So we've had a guesstimate of 320 bales from Chris B. Per Olaf Adelson has guessed at 114. Mean Robots, hello mate, has guessed at 75 bales, and Farmer Mike has guessed at 68. So a wide range there. So let's see who's the closest, shall we? So as I said in the last episode, I'm going to be jumping this fast track onto the Combine Harvester courseplay course to get that done. Obviously we're technically doing it the wrong way around. We're going to be doing the headlands first, and but hopefully I'm just going to cross my fingers and touch wood that not too many of the bales will get in the way when it comes to turning around at the end of all the up and down rows. So with that in mind, let's get right into it and get this job done. I'm going to pop it into a cinematic again, and I think what I might try and do is pop the whole thing, pick the baling up of the straw and the running round and picking up of the bales afterwards into one big cinematic. So I'm fingers crossed I'll be able to do something with that. So it's 2:15 in the afternoon. I'm hoping that this isn't going to take too long. It's definitely going to be a couple of hours work, 2 or 3 hours work at least, getting it all picked up and all the bales picked up and put into the bale shed over there. But then once we've done this, we then need to jump right into the combine and get that oat out the field, because that's the time limitation we've got. That I've changed it to 2-day months, but obviously this is the starting month in August, so that won't come into effect till midnight tonight. So that's why we've got until the end of play today to get the oat out the ground. We're not necessarily going to get the straw picked up from the oat field when we get that harvested today, but you know, I'll do my best. What can I say? So let's get to it. Job done, ladies and gentlemen, and that was a whopper, but we've done pretty well out of it. So the number of bales that we have in the shed here is bang on 119 bales. So the closest guesstimate was Per Olof Adolfsson. Well done, mate, at 114 bales. That was a pretty close guess. So nice one, mate. That's almost completely accurate. So yeah, good job. But yeah, 119 bales, 8,250 litres a bale. We've got 981,750 litres of straw in here, so that's absolutely brilliant. And we've still got the straw to get out of the oat field very shortly as well, so we'll almost definitely be north of 1 million litres. But what I am going to do very quickly, because we're now on 25 to 5, so thankfully we do have enough time to get we've got plenty of time to get the oat harvested and get that job done before the end of play today, so that's great. But what I'm going to do very quickly is take a run up to the biogas plant and just show you what I did off camera between episodes where I lost myself for several hours with the primary task of just placing down a dairy so that we can sell our milk. So we're going to, like I said, I just got completely lost. The small task of just going, yeah, I'll place a dairy down, and then I thought, oh, you know, I'll pop a bit of grass here, and then I thought, oh, maybe I'll just put some bushes here and maybe a tree, and then yeah, you'll see the end result in a few minutes time. So see you up there in a moment or two. Okay, here we are. So as you can see, this area by default is usually pretty sparse, pretty empty, with very little going on. Let me just turn that off for a second so I'm not wasting fuel and talking over the engine noise. But yeah, this is what I did. It's completely nuts, isn't it? Honestly, it's here's the dairy that I placed down. It's just one of the base game ones, very small, compact. It kind of it's not European in design, so it doesn't have any like Polish writing or anything on the front, so it kind of suits the English landscape, I guess. But yeah, this was the whole purpose of doing it. Just place down the dairy, and then I thought, well, I'll just you know, I'll just place a bit of grass down here, and then I ended up landscaping that a bit, raising it up, creating a bit of a hill, throwing a load of bushes down, a few trees, and then I obviously appreciate that this area is just a big, wide open expanse of grey, and kind of thought, you know what, I'll have a bit of a dabble at this and just decorate this a bit, and I just got completely lost, and literally, I think 3.5 hours I spent just wavering around in construction mode. And what I have actually done is I've created this little area, and yes, I've put another pond down. I can't get enough of these ponds. It's just brilliant. But what I've done is I've just kind of pretended that all the workers, like this lady here who's having a wander, this is somewhere for them to come and sit and have their lunch. It's, honestly. And what I did as well, because initially I was going to create just a big grass patch right in the middle, but the workers, as you'll see, these NPC characters, they kind of wander in a particular route, and so I created a central path for them so they can cross through the place. I mean, honestly, what am I like? So so yeah, they've got this nice little bit they can come down. They've got some benches, and they've got a couple of bins that they can put the litter in, where they can just come and sit down and chill out at lunchtime around this little water feature. So there you go. Yeah, fenced it off, put some bushes down, various grass and decorations and cobblestone, and then I did the same over here and put a big oak tree on a hill. Again, a few benches, but yeah. I mean, I love it. It's great, isn't it? To be honest, it's just the wonder of this game that you can just lose yourself for hours on end just doing something completely pointless like this. It's not going to serve any function to me whatsoever in the series, but it just makes the place look a bit nice, doesn't it? And of course, having done that, I then spent another goodness knows how long sorting out the auto drive network, which is, I mean, I'll if I jump out of cab here, I'll show you. Bring up the auto drive, and then boom, there you go. So I've wired in the BGA, I've wired in the dairy there, I've wired it, it's kind of, there's an in and out version, I've wired in all the cell points that are in the distance over there, but yeah, just went nuts. What can I say? But I hope you like it. It's it does look pretty cool, I suppose. But right, anyway, 20 to 5. Let's stop looking at nonsense like that. Let's get ourselves back to the farm. I'm going to stick with the JCB for this job, get it finished, and yeah, so I'll go and hitch up the trailer back at the farm, and I'll see you back at the field in a moment or two's time when we're going to get ready to harvest. Right, we're all sorted now. Let's get this thing turned on and get these oats out the ground, shall we? There we are. We've got auto drive sitting there waiting for us at the side of the field. Let's get going. There we go, job done. Now I'm all packed up already. I've got the header hooked up behind me. The JCB and the trailer's back at the farm. This job's all done now. It wasn't going to take very long, was it? It was only about 35-40 minutes long. But regardless, the oat is out the ground. It's in the silo, and in a few moments' time, when I've got this thing back to the farm, we'll go through some numbers. And obviously, the numbers weren't massive out of that field with it. Like I said, it's only a small one, but the main thing is it's done. It's in the silo, and come sell time, add that to what we were going to get from the canola from the big field. There we go. Let's just park that up there nicely. Excellent stuff. That should be a good position there so I can get my jet washer on it. But very quickly, I shall jump into the time-saving stock check. We'll have a quick look at what we've got. So the oat, 40,861 litres. Leave that till January, of course. We'll bring in £26,303. Add that to the 147,173 that we're going to get for the canola. We'll bring in the new year, a grand total of £173,476. So that's going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm looking forward to that very much. That's going to get a decent amount of money into the bank there to stand us in good stead going on into the future, so I'm going to give these things a bit of a wash very quickly. Give the JCB a quick rinse over the trailer, the header and the combine, because obviously the combine, etc. is going to be parked up now. Have I just closed the door? Ah, yeah. The downside to doing things at the doorway, because if I press circle there, which is go for the jet washer, right, I need to move out the way of that a bit, don't I? Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, the combine's going to be put away now for a good few months into next year, isn't it? That's not going to be used much anymore for a little bit. So we'll get it cleaned up. That's why I didn't fuel it up in the end, because it's only got about a quarter of a tank left. So we don't want to leave that with a full tank of fuel for months and months and months, do we? Right, so that's that one cleaned off. We'll give this a quick wash, like I said, and I'll park it up. And I'll pick you all up in a few moments' time. Right, there we go. All clean. Putting the combine away now. Carefully, ideally. I think I do need to give it a bit of left hand down there. Just to get it in. Because the fence is somewhere behind me on that side. Let's see how we went with that one, shall we? Perfect. Lovely stuff. Right, well, there we go. So I have just been having a bit of a think as to what I'm going to be doing with the fields that we've got. So jumping into the PDA and have a bit of a look there. So what was the canola field that we harvested in the last episode, I'm going to keep that as arable. I think, and this big field over here, field 4, I'm going to keep that as arable as well. Do these two big ones as arable. Field 7 here, field 10, the long field, field 21 there, that's on the bit of the hill next to the cow barn, and field 17 here, I'm going to keep that as those as grass. And then between all 4 of those fields, we'll kind of alternate and sort out the hay and the grass. That's going to be, I think, the approach I'm going to do. Come next month, we're going to be able to plant wheat, barley, canola, or linseed. I quite like the idea of doing linseed. I think the last time I did linseed in Farming Simulator was actually, I think it was actually Court Farms, actually. I was going to say it was Calmsden, but it was Court Farms, because that is a crop that Oxygen David does like to put in his maps. So yeah, I quite like the idea of linseed. So we'll potentially do, I mean, maybe we'll put linseed into field 4 here, and fields 5 and 6, which will be one field. We need to get that cultivated and join these two up, don't we? We'll get that sorted in the next couple of episodes. But yeah, I'll figure out exactly what to put in them. But yeah, I think that'll be the plan going forward. So keep those 2 as arable and the rest as grassland to sort out the cows. And I think that's a reasonable approach moving forward. But I think for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it here. So thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed the episode and found it a little bit of fun. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders. Helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing Farming Simulator 25 and you like the idea of supporting the channel and helping out a content creator, as always, I would be massively appreciative. And of course, if any of you are in the market for an online server and to play with your mates, and again, you like the idea of supporting the channel and helping out a creator, please consider using my G-Portal affiliate link, which will be in the video description below. As always, any help and support there would be massively appreciated. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.